how can we tune into what the energetics are behind our dreams?
So the Z's have said, and they've said this for many years, my first book, Energy Speaks, there's a whole chapter on the power of sleep and what happens to us when we're asleep. And in that, they said the only difference between a corpse and a sleeping person is a pulse. And what they mean by that is that when we die, when we sleep, that was a Freudian slip. When we sleep, we essentially leave, our soul leaves our body for a while, and most of us hover a little above and around it. So it's almost like a practice death in a way. But because we leave our, shall we say, our wired consciousness, and our soul is able to tweak certain things in us, they say that dreams and the dream state are used to rewire us, directed by us. It's not that something else is doing something to us, but they say you will use dreams in a variety of ways. You will use it to help rebalance or reset something that's going on in your life that day or that week. So that's why many of us can, wake up and go, oh my God, I had such a stress dream. And I was, standing on a stage with no clothes on, and I was told to sing, and I was terrified. And then you go, oh yeah, and I'm giving that huge presentation at work on Friday, and I'm really nervous about it. So you can find the parallel. Other times the dream won't really make any sense. And they say you can be clearing things from other lifetimes, other timelines. And the one thing they did say, which I took to heart, and I needed to hear it, they said some of you get very annoyed if you wake up and you've had a nightmare, and you'll get very upset about the fact this nightmare happened to you. And they said, you shouldn't, because you never know what that nightmare just saved you in real life. So whatever you just processed in that nightmare, you now don't have to play out in your earthly daily life. So they said, your dreams are a place that and I think most people will attest to this, we release them quite quickly. So even if you remember a strong dream and it's quite vivid at first, usually by 5 p.m. that day, you aren't walking around feeling like you're in that nightmare anymore. It's to some degree, it's left your body. And so that to me has always been a very accurate fit with their description that the dream we may perceive we're having in this body is actually taking place outside our body, and it's just that there's a line between our body and our soul, but the dream is happening at a higher and an outer level. So to me, that's always made sense as to why we aren't left with traumas or hangovers energetically or emotionally for very long after a dream is over.